Welcome back, everybody, to the Elite Era podcast. I'm your host, as always, Mystic, and today we're going to be covering the April 16th edition of Smackdown Live, the second half of the Superstar Shakeup. Continuing on from last night's Raw. Overall thoughts, I guess, good show. Semi-eventful, but nothing offensive like the Viking experience yesterday. Nothing like crazy like that, but I guess the main event segment is pretty cool. But anyways, let's just get into it. Let's just get into the show. Go from top to bottom. Opening segment we had was the New Day on the Kevin Owens show. Kevin Owens came out for the Kevin Owens show, and of course, because they're in Montreal, massive pop. Or was it Quebec? I can never remember what those Canadian places. I think it was Quebec. They speak French there. I believe that's where it was. Maybe they're both next to each other. I don't know how Canada works. But yeah, KO, hometown guy, massive pop. He comes out for the Kevin Owens show, and then he introduces the New Day, and they come out. A New Day minus Big E because Big E's injured. He's out right now. I think he tore a meniscus or something. I can't really remember, but yeah, he had an injury, so he's out for a few weeks. I don't think it was anything major. So he should be back pretty soon. And so basically the segment was KO wanted to be an honorary New Day member for the night. And so New Day was like questioning him, like, "Oh, are you sure you got what it takes? You think you got what it takes to be a New Day member?" And it's like, yeah. He's like, Kevin Owens was like, "Yeah, just call me Big Kev or Big K or whatever." He's like, wait, no, call me Big O. And it's a pretty funny segment they had going on there. So they just questioned him, "Are you sure you want to be in this? Are you willing to wear crop tops?" KO's just his response to these questions, like, "We'll work on that." It's like, "You want to play?" He's like, "You gotta play video games." "Yeah, I'll work on that too." "You gotta eat pancakes." He's like, "I don't like pancakes," but yeah, he was Kofi, of course, man of the people, asked the crowd, "What do you guys want to see KO as member of the New Day?" The crowd, of course, popped huge with some yes chants and stuff. I think they did the "we" chant, and so basically Kofi just made Big O an honorary member of New Day for the night. And then we cut to Rusev Nakamura. They're watching. They were watching this segment from the back, looking at the TV like aliens do, because normal people don't look at the TV from that angle. But Cesaro walks in on them. He just talks to them, and then he says he basically wants them as a team, a 3-man team, to take on the New Day, I guess, in a 6-man tag later on in the night. And they just agree. So they set that up for later in the night, and Sheamus, interestingly enough, not around. Wonder where he is. It's kind of weird that Sheamus just didn't even appear on the show, considering his bar teammate Cesaro's here, but maybe he's out in an injury as well or something. But next up, we had our first draft, or first move from Raw over to SmackDown. We had the Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor, and last night they never said it on Raw, but Samoa Joe is now on Raw, presumably. I don't think it's been officially announced, but presumably he's on Raw because they swapped the mid-card titles. I think reportedly last night Joe had the flu or something like that. He was sick. He was actually supposed to be in a Braun segment, and then they had to rewrite that into the EC3 squash thing that Braun did. But Joe, I guess he's on Raw, which is cool for him, I guess. He's already been there, but maybe he looks like he's going to have a feud with Braun, and hopefully he just doesn't lose that title immediately. But maybe they can do some cool stuff. But yeah. Anyways, Finn. So Finn was a trade. Finn came over here, which is a fantastic move because Finn hasn't been on SmackDown at all. He's been a Raw guy, and unfortunately, Raw is the A show, the Land of the Giants, whatever you want to call it. And even though Finn's the IC champ right now, I guess he's just been a little bit underutilized on that brand, and then SmackDown, I guess, just makes better use of their small guy talent. Even though because of his IC champ, he's in the mid card right now. I can easily see him, maybe whichever heel beats Kofi, or maybe not a heel if it's Roman, but I could see him going for the WWE Championship in the future. He can be a real top player on the Smackdown brand. But anyways, Finn Balor came out for his match with Mustafa Ali. It was just a really good match between these two, as you'd expect. Ali went for a 450 that Balor ran out of, evaded, got out of the way, hit a running drop kick into the corner, setting up Ali for the coup de grace. He hit the coup de grace for the win, and I guess just really fun match, and a good way to have Balor, I guess, debut on SmackDown. And they had a sign of respect. They shook hands after the match, which, just a good babyface and a nice clean win for Finn. Next, we had a segment backstage where Big O is going through his initiation to be a member of the New Day, and Kofi walks in with this massive platter of pancakes, like 50 or so pancakes on a plate, and Xavier has a one of those stopwatches, a timer, and he just tells him, to be a member of the New Day, you got to eat all these pancakes and beat Big E's time, which was like 5 minutes or something like that. Some impossible number to actually eat that much pancakes, unless these professional eaters are just that good. But they do that, and then they do like a fadeaway cut where Kevin Owens just starts eating them, and then it cuts away and it cuts back, and Kevin has one pancake left, and he's just trying to munch it down. And after he eats it, they put him in the New Day. He becomes an official honorary member of the New Day. Maybe for a little bit. Maybe until Big E comes back. Maybe it wasn't just for the night. Kevin Owens, he's a really good comedy guy, The work he did with Chris Jericho and that friendship run the two of them had, it's just fantastic. Honestly, it's one of my more favorite runs of the past few years in that festival friendship segment. That's I think it's like top 5 best Raw moments of all time. I think that's just a really, really, really good segment, and good acting from Chris Jericho, with that reveal of the turn. And speaking of the turn, Kevin, he's been a face, and unfortunately he had his spot taken from him because Kofi just rose to the top unexpectedly, and Kevin Owens was supposed to be the one challenging Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania as a face. And now that Kofi's occupying that top face spot on the SmackDown roster, and then Roman just came in as a massive, massive face on that roster now, they need heels. So I'm expecting maybe in the near future, for Kevin to turn on the New Day, make him a heel again. I guess just out of necessity. He's a good face. He's a good, like, right now in today's show, he was a good, like, comedy face, but serious Kevin Owens is always the best Kevin Owens, and maybe he can be a heel and be a big player on the brand. He could be Kofi's first feud after Mania. But anyways, he does his initiation stuff, and then we have another one of those stupid videos of the puppet. I guess this is what Bray Wyatt's gonna do. I guess. Just why? I don't understand, but whatever. I guess we'll see what the finished product is, and hopefully it comes out good. Next up, quick match between Charlotte and Carmella, where basically story of the match, Carmella injured her left knee, so Charlotte just worked it over, hit a chop block, got her in the figure 8, and then just wins because it's Charlotte, and Charlotte wins. That's what she's really good at doing. So yeah, she wins, and then R-Truth is checking on Carmella in the ring, and then Lars Sullivan's music hits, and he comes out. He just bodies poor Truth. Truth gets like some offense in, and Lars Sullivan just no-sells it, hits him with the freak accident, lays him out, and then he turns to his attention to Carmella, and he has this like rapey look on his face, which is pretty, I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about that. Just don't try to make Lars Sullivan this I guess maybe he was just doing it to be scary. Hopefully that's where they go. Hopefully he was just trying to be scary, and that's it. I don't want him to go any further than that. But yeah, Lars, I guess, is on both brands now. He was on Raw yesterday. Attacking Rey Mysterio, and then here he attacked R-Truth. So I guess he's on both brands, and he's continuing his thread of beating up 40-year-olds and older. I guess I'm not sure how old Jeff and Matt are, but they have to be like either late 30s or early 40s. They have to be around that age. Attitude Era, Jesus, that was 20. No, no. They're 100%. They're in their 40s. Attitude Era, 1999. That was 20 years ago. No way, those dudes were just 20. So yeah, he's attacking 40-year-olds for some reason, I guess, bodying the legends. R-Truth, I guess, is a legend now. But yeah, I guess a decent segment of put Lars over. Next segment we had was Becky. Becky came out. Becky Two Belts cuts her little Becky Two Belts promo, starts gloating. She gets cut off by Ember Moon. Ember Moon comes in. She says she wants to make a name for herself and she wants to step up to the man. Bayley comes out. Bayley gets booed. Just gets booed out of the building. They do not like Bayley in Canada. I don't like Bayley either. With the current gimmick she's like stuck with. But she comes out and she just cuts a promo on how she's here on Smackdown Live as a singles competitor now. She has her eye on Becky and she wants that title, which is good. I'd like the idea of Becky defending her Raw title on Raw against Lacey, and then SmackDown she could take on Ember or Bayley, whichever ones. But yeah, I like the idea of that, having Becky defend both her titles in two separate feuds instead of just facing one person for both titles. I think this makes her a stronger champion given she wins. So they're doing that, and then Iconics come out because someone mentioned two belts, so of course the Iconics come out, and they just mock everybody. They mock all the baby faces in the ring, and then Paige comes out, interrupts them. Last week Paige said something about bringing a tag team to SmackDown Live to face the Iconics. So she's about to introduce her tag team. And then Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville come out. They basically just say Absolution is back together and whatever, and they get in the ring. And then Paige just cuts them off again, and she just says, "No, that's not what I'm talking about." And she has this just pretty awful line where she goes, "The two women I'm talking about, these are two new and revolutionary women." And then she says Asuka's name. Asuka, who's been on the main roster for about a year and a half now. Who's been on SmackDown for over a year now, and is in no way new. I don't understand. I just don't understand. But anyways, yeah, Asuka comes out, and then she brings out her tag team partner from NXT, Kairi Sane. So, I guess breaking up that Sky Pirates, but I guess you got to keep them Japanese because foreign people have to stay together in the WWE, I guess. But yeah, Kairi Sane and Asuka, they're going to be a tag team moving forward. Asuka, Rib Asuka, yeah, you had your run with this title, I guess. You tapped out Becky clean at the Royal Rumble, and that's all you're going to get. But anyways, they're a tag team. Paige is their manager, which is obvious. It's obvious that they put Paige with her because they don't speak good English. Because they're Japanese and don't speak good English, so of course they're going to put Paige with her. Which is a good move because, their promos are lacking because of their language barrier. But it's so blatant what they're doing. It's funny. But yeah, she just introduces them. They come out, they attack everyone. Everyone brawls, and they set up an 8-woman tag, which is another one of those tag matches where everyone hits big moves, and then Kairi. Apologize for all that yawning I've been doing. It's like 11 o'clock right now, but while I'm recording this. But Kairi hits the Insane Elbow on Peyton Royce and pins her. So I guess the Iconics once again pinned by a makeshift tag team 2 days in a row. Way to book your tag team champion strong. But yeah, that's just whatever match. I guess now they pin the champs. Now they have they have a claim to the titles now. Uh, go backstage with the New Day, with Big O, Kevin Owens, and they want him to do the Big E intro, the Montreal or whatever. They ask him to do that. He gives it a few tries before they say he's not putting enough oomph into it, that he's not reaching deep into his plums. And Kevin just hilariously reacts, "What plums? Plums? I don't have plums." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He eventually just gets it. They do that whole shtick, and then we get a little video promo for Buddy Murphy, who just says, "I've been destroying the 205 Live division, and now the best kept secret is coming to SmackDown," which is awesome because Buddy Murphy was the best part of 205 Live. Buddy Murphy's such a fantastic wrestler, and he's really gonna make that IC title. Him and Mustafa and Finn Balor, that mid card for the IC title, that's just gold. It's just gold waiting to be. Those matches are just gonna be fantastic. So yeah, I'm really happy to see him come over from 205. And then we have the 6-man tag where New Day beats the foreign guys, I guess. Because foreign guys are evil. Yeah, they beat them. Kofi has a Trouble in Paradise on Rusev, who gets caught into a stunner by Kevin Owens. And Rusev just does the most hilarious sell of the stunner. I've never seen this before. When KO hits a stunner on Rusev does a front flip over his shoulder. I don't know what the hell he was thinking there. He just doesn't jump back like the normal sell of the stunner. No, this was just funny to see. But we get into the main event segment, which Vince has been hyping up since yesterday. How he's gonna announce SmackDown's their biggest acquisition of the Superstar Shakeup. He hypes this guy up. He says he's gonna be SmackDown's Live's next big star. He's gonna be the future of the WWE. He's the future of the company. And out comes Elias. He introduces Elias, who Elias just gets in the ring. He gloats with Vince, talking about how proud he is now, talking about how Vince made the right choice and stuff. And Elias on SmackDown, I guess that's good. Keep him away from Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre, because those 4 people together aren't good. But I guess that just kind of sucks, because that means the other 3 of those, the mid card of evil, that means they're still in the same brand, which sucks because I don't ever want to see the 3 of them together again. But Elias, I think I said yesterday I wouldn't really want to see him because he's a Raw act. I don't think there's enough time for him on SmackDown, and he's not as good as a wrestler as the other guys I just mentioned in that Intercontinental title picture. But let's just see. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what he does. He's a fantastic guy. He's really entertaining, so I'm sure he's going to get a decent push. But anyways, he's going over. He's doing his performance. And Roman Reigns interrupts him. Of course, the actual biggest get for SmackDown, the trade for AJ, I guess. The 2 big faces went across each brand. Roman comes over. He just gets in the ring. He just decks the hell out of Elias, takes him down. He gets on the mic. He grabs the mic. He basically says, "I don't give a damn." Oh wait, actually, hold on. Before he does that, he hits a Superman punch on Elias, and then he gets into Vince's face. And then he hits a Superman punch on Vince, and then poor Vince, of course Vince, because he's a 70-year-old man, he falls, he leans back 2 inches before Elias catches him in his arms, because Vince can't take a bump anymore, which, good, I don't want to see a 70-year-old something man take a bump on TV anymore. I just don't want to see that. The dude's done enough. But yeah, he is a Superman punch on Vince. Big pop. I guess going back to that late 2015 period when he was really over, when he was taking out Vince. So I guess they're just going to try to duplicate that again. And then he just basically says, I don't give a damn what Vince says. I want SmackDown Live, and this is my yard now, which is really cool. I guess it's a big indicator that he's going to be in the main event, which means he's going to be with Kofi. Actually, interesting enough, no Daniel Bryan on the show. which was kind of weird. I don't think he was there last week either. So don't know what's sorry about that. Don't know what's going on with him. I guess one would assume he'd be trying to get his title back, and Rowan just being his lackey. They haven't been on here, but I guess Roman is gonna go after that title, and he posted a tweet saying something like "This is my yard now," and then Kofi quote tweeted that with like the eyes emoji. So maybe they could be setting something up. Hopefully they don't screw up Roman and make everyone boo him again, which I'm afraid is gonna happen. And if he goes after that title and he takes it from Kofi, but if he just has a good feud and he doesn't win it, then that just elevates both guys and it will make Roman seem cooler. So yeah, he just hits the spear on Elias. He ends the show. So like I said, fun show. Top to bottom, I gave it a thumbs up. It was fun. It was entertaining. All the way through. Didn't feel like it dragged. I feel like stuff were happening in every single segment. There wasn't a single segment that I was bored by. And I guess that's all you could ask in a 2-hour show. But let's go over these moves to SmackDown, because there were actually a few that were not announced, which actually really surprised me. A few tag teams broken up here. But starting off with the big ones, we had Roman. And like yesterday's episode, I'm just going to go over what I think these people are going to do on the brand. We have Roman, who I think is going to be gunning for that WWE Championship. Elias, who's going to be somewhere in the mid-card, feuding over the IC title. Finn Balor is going to be defending his IC title. We had Lars Sullivan, who I don't know what brand he's on, but I guess he's just going to be, I think he's just going to be squashing people like jobbers and old guys for a little bit. And speaking of old guys, Hardys weren't on the show either, which was weird. They just won the titles last week, but whatever. Ember Moon, I could see her going after Becky, as well as the next person, Bayley. Bayley and Ember, I can see them being like maybe in a triple threat kind of feud with Becky over the SmackDown Women's title. Kairi Sane, of course, she's in a tag team with Asuka. I could see them. Maybe they could actually be future tag team champions. I could see that happening. I don't know who else would take on the Iconics right now, but I'm assuming that's the feud that's gonna be up right now. Maybe they'll throw in Mandy and Sonya in that feud, a triple threat. Buddy Murphy, I really want to see him in that IC title picture. The dude's just such a good wrestler. Going into the names that weren't announced on TV, Liv Morgan's being separated from the Riot Squad, which is weird. It's actually really, really weird. I don't know what she's going to be doing on SmackDown. She wasn't announced on TV, so I don't think they have anything big for her. As well as Mickie James, which I guess she's just a good hand to have on the roster. Chad Gable's going back to SmackDown, and which is weird because he's in a tag team with Rude, but I guess they just split that up now. I guess Bobby Roode's going to be on his own on Raw, and now Chad Gable's going to be on his own on SmackDown, which we'll just see what happens from there. He's a really good wrestler, and I actually think he's funny, and some of the segments he's done, so I could see him. I could see him being in the lower mid card for now, but I would think he'd be really, really good in the IC title picture as well, on that upper mid card. And then Apollo Crews, who is Apollo Crews, so he's going to be lower mid card. And then last but not least, Heavy Machinery, which is really good because the Usos went over to Raw, so we needed another tag team to replace them. I would have preferred the Revival, but I actually really like Heavy Machinery. I think they're really good act. They're really entertaining. So SmackDown looking to be the stronger roster once again. I really like the roster of SmackDown this year, and especially that upper mid card of the IC title. Really, really, really excited to see what goes on there. But yeah, that's been the review of the show. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more content, more SmackDown and Raw reviews and pay-per-view reviews and stuff of that sort. Share the video to other people, I guess, just to spread the awareness of the channel. And thank you guys for listening to this episode. Let me know what you thought, and peace out, guys.